It's time for the Alien Conspiracy Podcast. We are your hosts, Agent ETA,
Agent Ether,
and Agent Anderson. Come along as we examine UFO sightings, conspiracies, and all things strange. You can follow the show on Twitter at AlienConPod. We also have an email address, alienconpod@protonmail.com. We would love to hear from you. And don't forget to check us out on Facebook and Discord. Links in the description. This week's episode, The Mandela Effect. All right, this is a fun one. I've been wanting to do this one for a while. It's just, there's so many good topics to do. Where do you fit it in, right?
You know what's crazy is I've actually never heard of this before.
What?
I know.
Really?
I've heard people talking about it, but I had no idea what it was.
Our cryptid here is making quite the ruckus.
What is up with him?
And I was just about to say that, like, the great thing about the Mandela Effect is, most everybody has experienced it at one time or another in some way.
It's kind of like deja vu. What's this little butt doing? Buddy,
But
stop it.
A little different. Is he causing a ruckus?
We don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, he's causing a ruckus. Yeah. He's all right. We'll just ignore him. I'm just going to pretend like he's not causing a ruckus. All right. Anyways, the Mandela Effect. What is it? Sometimes lots of people remember something incorrectly. It started because people remembered that Nelson Mandela died in prison in the 80s. So when he passed away in 2013, everyone was like, what? How is this possible? Everyone remembered seeing his funeral on the news. How is it possible for everyone to remember something incorrectly? Maybe one or two people, but everybody? Some have traced the origins to a website created by Fiona Broom in 2009, detailing her observations. She had spoken with other people about remembering Mandela's death in prison, and they also remembered it. So she was basically at a party, and she was speaking with other people, and everybody seemed to remember him dying in prison, even though he actually didn't. She started a website to detail this because she figured if it was just one person, you could chalk it off to bad memory, but if so many people remembered this, there might be something to it. Some people explain this as parallel timelines or universe merging. This is possible according to quantum physics. For example, so the way quantum physics works, the way I understand it is, if you put a cat in a box and then you don't let it out for a few hours, when you open the box, it will either be pissed off or it will be glad to be out of the box. It can be one or the other, but not both simultaneously. But quantum physics, I guess that's how quantum physics works, right? The cat is either pissed off or it's not pissed off, or it's happy to get out of the box, but you won't know until you open the box.
Actually, it's both happy and sad at the same time.
Oh, is that okay? Yeah, but before you open the box, you won't know if it's pissed at you for keeping it in the box or if it'll be happy for you letting it out.
Right, and until that moment of time, it is both happy and sad.
Okay, yeah. That's right. Yeah, okay, so I was close.
At the same time.
I was close.
And it's not that you don't know, it's literally that it exists in that dual state of probability.
Oh, okay, I was close. I almost had it.
I agree, very close.
And I changed the experiment because I did not like the original experiment. Look, I'm not a cat person. I could take him or leave him, but come on, honestly. All right, this Schrodinger guy, man, what a jerk. Can't believe he would do that to kitties. All right, anyways.
Cats love boxes.
Yeah. Some people think that it's a side effect of meddling with the timeline, an unintended consequence of time travel. There's also another theory that involves Cern, so people think somehow the particle accelerator can cause it. But that one was a little convoluted, and by that point, I was like, nah, I don't need to read this. Luckily, we have a physicist who's going to go into more detail on some of these theories. Now, of course, the skeptics weigh in pretty heavily on the Mandela Effect, and they say there are plenty of reasonable psychological explanations to basically explain everything that's happening here with this, but to them I say, bah humbug.
Yeah, phooey.
Yeah, phooey to them. All right.
I don't know, all the explanations I read were like mass hysteria.
Yeah.
That's what I read them as.
Yeah, well, and some of the examples are they're to me not that interesting because it's just like one word that's very similar, like the Forrest Gump one, right? Like life what does Forrest Gump say about the box of chocolates?
I've never seen it, so I don't know.
Okay, well, people.
Life is. I think the two different ones on that is life is like everybody remembers it as life is like a box of chocolate, but what he actually said was life was. I think
those are close enough to where I'm like, yeah, maybe, I guess. I don't know. That one didn't really get me, but there are some pretty cool examples. For example, the one that most people talk about is the Berenstein Bears. Now, is it the Berenstein Bears or the Berenstain Bears, right?
I've never heard of the Berenstein Bears.
What? You're kidding me.
Oh, really? You missed out.
I've heard of the Bernstein Bears, but not the Berenstein Bears. What is this thing you speak of?
Berenstein Bears were awesome. They were always getting up to like wacky bear stuff. You know?
Shenanigans and whatnot.
Wait, they did the spooky old tree or something? Yeah, okay. All right.
Yeah, so everybody remembers it as the Berenstein Bears, Stein. But in reality, it's actually the Berenstain Bears.
I don't believe that.
Berenstain? That's not even a real name.
Like A-I-N?
Yeah, A-I-N.
Bernstein sounds like Jewish or something.
Or German or something. Yeah. I don't know. But everybody says it's the Berenstein Bears, but it's, go look it up right now. I actually went and found this book at a bookstore because I didn't believe it. I'm like, there's no way. But it is. It's the Berenstein Bears. 100%. Everybody remembers it as that. But actually, it gets a little weird because I did find somebody posted a picture of an old VHS tape where it's actually spelled Berenstein Bears, Stein. There's a VHS tape with that on it. You can see it clearly. And it doesn't look like a Photoshop. The way the label looks and everything, it looks like a legit old VHS. I guess with technology nowadays, it would be possible to fake that, but it looked real. It did not look Photoshopped at all. But I don't know, what could that be? Maybe that's like an artifact that slipped between the timelines. It's like not supposed to be here. They had a X-Files episode about that where they had stuff like that was misspelled and things that stuff wasn't supposed to be.
Which season? I don't remember seeing that.
Oh, it was one of the later seasons. One of the crappy seasons. But
I didn't watch the later seasons.
That episode was good. I really liked that episode. That
sounds like fun. I might have to watch that one.
Yeah, that one is fun. But I think it's like one of the new seasons where like it made, they had like that year's gap and then they came back and they were old and stuff.
Oh, I don't know. I saw a couple episodes of that. I couldn't get into it.
But the Mandela Effect one is fun.
Okay. Maybe I'll check that one out.
Okay, so anyways, another one that people talk about a lot are when Luke found out that Darth Vader was his father. Oh, spoiler alert. Sorry, everybody, if you haven't seen Star Wars. What does Darth Vader say to Luke?
Luke, I am your father.
That's what everybody remembers.
No, that's not possible.
That's not true. That's impossible. No, that's not what he says. He says, no, I am your father. He never said, Luke, I am your father.
Well, that's one of those one word differences,
but
though.
Even James Earl Jones, the voice actor for Darth Vader, remembers it as Luke, I am your father.
But if you listen to
watch
the movie.
Yeah. I've
been guilty of getting this one wrong before, though. Like I've said that plenty of times. Luke, I am your father.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's kind of one of the crazy things I found myself thinking about over and over again is like there's a bunch of these Mandela Effect things that when I looked at I was like, oh, that's not like Jif or Jiffy. Like I was like, oh, it's not Jiffy.
Yeah.
Oh, it is Jif.
That's a good one. Yeah. So the peanut butter that starts with J, what is it?
Jiffy.
Nope. It's Jif.
Is it?
It is with one F. Jif. Jif peanut butter.
I always thought I never really thought about it, I don't think. But then when I saw like this idea presented, I was like, it's not Jiffy.
Yeah.
But then the Skippy peanut butter is always right there next to it. So I think it's one of those like merging of ideas within the mind, when
that
you know
makes
what I mean.
So
there's Skippy peanut butter.
Nah. It's
probably just
nope. It's a slip timeline.
or how about this? All right. So how about this? The Monopoly guy. Would you remember him as having a monocle on?
I do, yeah. How about you, Agent Ether?
Does he have a top hat on and a monocle? I feel like he has both.
He does have a top hat.
Okay.
I think he has. Did he have a top hat? No, but a lot of people remember him as having a monocle. but he's never once been depicted on like, official imaging, whatever, with a monocle. I always thought he had a monocle on too, for whatever reason.
My brain's doing weird things.
Yeah, it's weird, right?
Well, because now that we're talking about it, I'm kind of like, yeah, I think that's right. Now that you guys are talking about it, I think that's right. I think I was remembering it wrong, and my brain is not enjoying this experience.
Yeah.
Okay, bonus question.
Okay.
Who is the Monopoly Man based on? Like, who is he supposed to be in real life?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay. Well,
I know his original name was, what is it? Uncle Fat Bags or something like that, or
Uncle Fat Bags.
Uncle Fat Bags or something like that.
Uncle Moneybags, maybe.
Uncle Moneybags. I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
He's supposed to be.
Hey, that's another example of one of those things where your mind sometimes just remembers what it wants to remember.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but that's what you remember.
That's a part of this Mandela thing.
But if it's the Mandela is different because the Mandela effect is different because it's if you remember it that way, that's one thing. But if everybody remembers it a certain way, like everybody remembers Jiffy, not Jif, that's when it gets kind of weird, right? It's not one or two people. It's like many people remember it that way. Like we had a visitor here earlier who will remain anonymous who had never heard of the Mandela effect before. And I asked her, I said, have you heard of the Mandela effect? She said, no. Okay, well, how about, do you remember the peanut butter that starts with J? And she said, yeah, it's Jiffy, right? That's what everybody says. Yep. Everybody says Jiffy. And I think that's kind of weird, right? I mean,
right?
Yeah. Okay, so let's ask, I got to ask now, Agent Ether, okay, the hot dog, right? It's Oscar, what? Oscar what?
Meyer Wiener.
Yeah, but it's Meyer, right?
Wish I was an Oscar Meyer Wiener.
Okay, so Oscar Meyer,
really
right? Right?
Well, that's what the jingle says.
Nope, it's Oscar Mayer.
It doesn't sound like the jingle. Oscar Mayer?
Mayer.
But do they pronounce it Meyer? See, I think they pronounce it Meyer. So I don't know. That's a one-letter thing.
That is a one-letter thing.
I'm not like super excited about that one.
But that one is still kind of weird because I don't know. I was excited about that one because I do remember.
Do you remember the jingle? Everybody'd be in love with me.
Yeah.
Oh my. Or how about this? How do you spell Looney Tunes?
It's LLO no LL
JNPH.
JNPH, no. LOONEYTOONES, right? Or no,
Nope.
TOONS.
Nope, it's spelled TUNES.
Oh yeah, I saw that one.
Oh,
Yeah,
not like cartoons, but like
music. Yeah, TUNES. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was like cartoons, like those crazy cartoons.
Yeah.
But then all their stuff has music, like all the classical music I learned when I was younger was from Looney Tunes. So maybe that
Kill
makes
the
sense.
wabbit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, before looking at this, I would have spelled it TOONS. That's tunes, right? Cartoons. Yeah. Sounds logical to me.
We got tons and tons of more examples, but before we get to those, Agent Ether, would you please go over some of the theories for us?
Okay, we got a couple theories, and the main ones are alternative or multi-parallel universes, time travel, and quantum computing.
Ooh.
Oh, I know. So I'm going to go over some physics here, but I'm going to keep it really brief and to the point. So you have general physics. You have ideas like the principle of relativity, where the laws of physics don't change if everyone's moving at a constant speed. So a good example is if you're driving in a car and you toss the balloon up or a ball up into the air, you can just catch it again. You're all in the car, you're all moving at the same speed, the ball just goes up and down, and we all agree that the ball goes up and down.
Well, and that also works on an airplane, right?
Yeah.
So if you're on an airplane, and anybody not familiar, airplanes, and when they're up at altitude, they go really, really fast. You go in like 500 miles an hour or something like that, like super fast. Toss a ball up in the air. It doesn't slam the person behind you and decapitate them. It just comes right back down and you can catch it.
And thank God for that.
Yeah.
And this is a lot different than general relativity. So we talk about Einstein's theory of general relativity, which has more to do with like space-time and how it curves and how we're actually living in 4 dimensions, right? We're all know probably about this. You have the 3 dimensions, and then the 4th dimension being time, and then gravity can curve or change the geometry of space-time. So a lot of times you'll see these pictures and it looks like a trampoline, and then you'll put a heavy object and it'll kind of bend the trampoline, curve it in towards that object. So when you look at general physics, it gives you a bunch of mathematical models that are going to predict the physics of how things should behave. And this is a lot different than quantum mechanics, and the two really don't mesh. So if you look at general relativity and you look at quantum mechanics, the physics start to get kind of fuzzy. In quantum mechanics, you're examining really small objects, subatomic particles, and their properties and their interactions. So you get weird physics like the fact that light can be both a particle and a wave. It acts like both. And it's not like that you're looking at it and sometimes it seems like it's a particle, like it actually has that duality. So to completely describe things like, let's say, an electron, you're going to need to use quantum numbers. There's things like angular momentum, magnetic momentum, and spin. And I'm only mentioning this because we're going to need to talk about quantum computing and how that relates to the Mandela effect. And spin can just be thought of as up or down. So if an electron goes in a clockwise direction, that would be like spin up, and it'd be spin down if it goes in a counterclockwise direction. So it's kind of like a binary code. You can use supercooled, superconducting materials and create this quantum computer where the electrons, you're controlling whether they can be up or down with electronic pulses. You can create this binary system. It stores tons and tons of information. And in addition to it just being up or down, which could represent a 0 or a 1, it could have this superposition where it exists as both a 0 and a 1 until you measure it, which is very similar to Agent Anderson's example of Schrodinger's cat earlier, the Schrodinger's cat experiment.
I'm calling it Anderson's cat.
I like it. Actually, I've never heard it described that way before.
Yeah, because physicists, they're messed up, man. They like torturing cats.
So as far as the Mandela effect goes, we know we can exist in 4 dimensions, but we can only move forward in time. But you can age differently because of time dilation. So you're moving more slowly the faster you travel. And as gravity increases, time will move more slowly. So astronauts are actually younger than us Earthlings. And when you drive in a car, you're actually altering time. Your time, the way you live in time, is relative to everyone else's. And because of all this physics, because of quantum mechanics, it could be that everyone is experiencing reality differently. So when you're remembering something, the Mandela effect, it actually could have happened that way. It's not that you're misremembering, it's that you're existing on a different quantum plane than everyone else. For example, Donald Trump went on record as saying that there was a terrorist attack in Sweden. Most of us know there wasn't a terrorist attack in Sweden, or was there? Mm-hmm. Now, I think Donald Trump is in an alternative reality, personally.
All right. Let's not get political.
But he also said on 9/11, there were like Muslims, dancing and cheering in the streets. And other people have said that too.
No, that was Israelis.
Mm-hmm.
But
that's actually a real conspiracy, is that
in America.
We talked about, in America, there were Israelis or so, right? ETA, wasn't it Israelis?
Yep.
Yeah.
I wasn't here on this episode. I must have missed this episode. Not. So anyways, perhaps we're existing in this alternative reality and these events are actually real for some of us. Mm-hmm. And there's other ways we could exist in different realities too. You could have time travelers, even aliens or ourselves, using something like wormholes or time loops to affect the timeline. So we're actually living on different timelines. Or as they loop back, it's creating new timelines. But because, time is kind of that 4th dimension, you still remember the alternative timeline. So the Mandela effect is real. And some people are into this Cern conspiracy.
Right.
So geologists study patterns and structures of rocks to learn about the Earth, and physicists study behavior and properties of subatomic particles to learn about the universe. So there's this huge collider. It's controlled by a magnet, and they're smashing subatomic particles going at close to the speed of light. So these experiments, allegedly, are disrupting space-time and causing, in of themselves, alternative realities. So every time they do an experiment at Cern, they are altering space-time.
Okay, let's pause here for a second. Where were we?
I was talking about how these CERN experiments are actually, every time it's performed, disrupting the very fabric of space-time, creating alternative realities.
Right. That's pretty crazy, man. And hey, you know what?
Sounds pretty sweet to me.
These scientists, man, they can be pretty evil sometimes, so they would still do it. They don't care. They're like, yeah, heck yeah, man. Let's just see what happens.
So did you guys hear they created a mini black hole?
But wait, first I want to talk about evil scientists.
Well, this has to do with evil scientists creating miniature black holes.
Well, I was going to mention the time they tortured trees just to see if they could. Remember they electrocuted them to see if the trees would respond?
No, I don't remember this.
Yeah. There's that big colony of trees or something. They found out that like the entire forest was connected with each other by electrocuting one end and seeing that the other end reacted or something.
I don't think that's quite how they did it, but that was a long time ago that I listened to that podcast.
All right. Anyways, black holes, please continue.
Well, do you remember claims? And you know how the media is, they sensationalize everything, but people were definitely talking about it. They're like, oh, they created a little black hole. It's so dangerous. I can't believe they did that. It's going to disrupt everything. This is the future. It's very dangerous.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Well, they didn't create a black hole. They created the analog of an object that was not entirely unlike a black hole in that it constantly emitted a very specific type of radiation, and they called it a black hole.
And I would just like to clarify this for people because I think a lot of people get confused or they're not really aware, or maybe they just watch too much science fiction. But for example, if our sun was to turn into a black hole right now, would we or would we not get sucked into it? We would not, because it would have the same gravity and the same mass. It would just be a black hole. Now, you'd need, from what I understand, somewhere in the order of at least 3 solar masses for that process to actually start happening. But, assuming that somehow our sun could turn into a black hole, it would not suck in the solar system. In fact, probably the solar system would just continue orbiting like it does, only it would get quite a lot colder. But, if you had a black hole somehow, created in a lab, probably it wouldn't do a whole lot of anything because whatever turned into a black hole would have the same mass it had before it was a black hole. But in what Agent Ether is describing is not even a black hole, so we don't have to worry about it.
It's a pretend black hole.
Yeah, pretend black hole.
And the final theory I have that people were talking about all over the interwebs was the D-wave theory.
Ooh, that one sounds naughty.
I thought you guys would like this. So this is a firm. They do quantum computers for like IBM and stuff. And the system founder is Mr. Dave Deutsch. And he gave a TED Talk in 2005 on quantum computing. And he said it would be the first technology that allows useful tasks to be performed in collaboration between parallel universes. Quantum computers. And I mean, this has to do with the fact that subatomic particles, the way they interact and exist, you can affect one like across the universe. If you do something here, then it affects a particle over there. And physics predicts different things about, how many dimensions space has. But it's all mathematical. We're not actually manipulating space-time in science labs over here or something. But he made a series of predictions. His first prediction was that in 2018, we would find an Earth-like planet within 40 light years of our planet, of Earth. His second theory was that in 2023, we'd have a major quantum physics breakthrough, specifically in the area of quantum computing. And finally, he said in 2028, intelligent machines will be able to do anything humans can do, and quantum computers will have played this critical role. So people look at all of this quasi-physics, and they say that, either we are purposefully or accidentally disrupting space-time, creating alternative realities, and affecting it in ways that we can't even understand. And that's where the Mandela Effect comes from.
So what you're saying is, according to science, the Mandela effect is actually possible.
I think that what I'm saying is it proves the reality of things like time travel.
Okay. Nice.
Oh, dog.
Well, you folks heard it here. A scientist said what that scientist just said. Rewind it if you missed it. There are a lot of big words in there. I don't know.
Well, I was kind of surprised at all the different relationships that people had between the Mandela effect and these scientific ideas. Like, and people feel very strongly about it too. And they'll talk about, I know someone, my friend's a physicist, and they think this, and then they'll like say, well, I read this journal article about wormholes, and they will just go on Reddit about the Mandela effect and all this physics and stuff.
If you were a graduate student and you did your, if you really want to get the stink eye from your advisor, tell them you want to do your thesis on the Mandela effect. I don't think too many would sign off on that.
No, probably not. Can you imagine doing your oral defense?
That would be fun.
I've already passed my oral exam. Don't you remember?
Yeah. Nice. All right. Well, let's get to some more examples. I mean, I don't know how many examples we want to do, but I think we should do some more.
They're so much fun. We should do more.
Yeah, they're definitely fun. Okay, so here's a good one. So what color eyes did Adolf Hitler have?
Oh, I don't know. I've only seen like black and white.
Oh, okay. Well,
black and white videos.
Maybe that's
brown?
Not such a good one. Yeah, most people.
Hazel.
Yeah, go ahead, ETA.
I was just guessing. Brown, hazel. I don't know.
Most people think that he had brown eyes,
Black.
but he actually had blue eyes.
Oh.
Yeah, so I thought that was a fun one because I thought he had brown eyes.
But maybe it's because of all the black and white films.
It could be. There's actually color photographs of him too, though.
That's true.
I think. Because I mean, at least I'm looking at a photograph of him with blue eyes, and I'm assuming that was a color photograph, unless it's been like retouched after the fact. I don't know.
Did you guys know that frickin' Curious George had no damn tail?
Yep.
That's so weird. Why would a monkey not have a tail?
I didn't.
How's he going to pick up that hat and get underneath it without a tail?
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Like, I remember him
That don't
having a
make
tail.
no sense.
How is he going to hang from trees and eat a banana without, eat a banana in a tree? Like, I don't get it.
You can't eat a banana without a tail.
Exactly.
As a monkey.
Not while hanging in a tree anyways.
Yeah, exactly. That's,
Oh, yeah.
So, all right. Now, here's a fun one. Are you aware of the Queen song, We Are the Champions? Now, how does that song end?
Well, I would sing it, but I have a terrible singing voice.
Are you familiar with this one, ETA?
Well, yeah, I'm certainly familiar with the song, but I don't think I've ever thought about the end of it, to be honest.
Well,
I'm not
sing
familiar
the
with
end
this
for us.
Mandela effect.
No time for losers, 'cause we are the champions of the world. Right?
Yeah.
But nope. He does not say of the world at the end of the song.
I do.
Oh.
I say of the world at the end of the song.
That's how I remember it, but that's not how it happened. You can find the recording. He definitely does not say of the world at the end of the song.
We are the champions.
Well, what does he say?
I think he just says we are the champions.
Yeah. We are the champions. And then the song ends. So the next one I had I really like this one too. So when I Love Lucy, right? Everybody's seen I Love Lucy, I hope.
Sure. Yeah, sure.
When Lucy gets in trouble, she does something bad and Ricky's mad at her. What does Ricky say to her?
It's been a long time since I've watched Lucy episode.
Lucy, you got some splaining to do.
Yep, Lucy, you got some splaining to do. That's right. But nope, he never said that in the show.
Ever?
Not even once. He said,
damn, dude.
Yeah, he might tell her, Lucy, splain this or something like that. But he never said the famous line, Lucy, you got some splaining to do, even though everybody remembers that line. Isn't that weird?
Mm.
I loved I Love Lucy when I was growing up.
That's a fun show. You're not allowed to like it anymore.
Why not?
Well, she's like, a stay-at-home wife, and he goes out and wins the bread, and then she does goofy stuff, and then he has to sort of get her into trouble, and she has to apologize to the man of the house. It's a patriarchal arrangement there. You know what I mean?
I heard they had like a really contentious marriage.
Did they really?
Yeah, I heard it was all like screaming and yelling behind the scenes and just like very passionate and not all like, butterflies and roses and stuff.
Not all it's cracked up to be.
Not anything like in the TV show. Didn't they get divorced? I feel like maybe they got divorced.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure about that. I did see an interview with Lucille Ball where she claimed that she could hear radio stations in her head because of the fillings in her teeth picking up radio waves or something, which they tested it on Mythbusters. I don't remember what result they got, but it's still kind of an
How could you not remember? I was like looking forward to hearing.
Oh, I don't know.
And then what?
And then what? Yeah, I don't know. You could Google it. I mean, they actually have a website that lists every single Mythbusters case and what the result was, whether it was.
This is a real letdown, though, like in the moment.
Yeah, but you know what the thing is, though, is the Mythbusters they were so unscientific that some of their results, I feel, were not really all that conclusive because of the way they tested it. Some of their tests were better than others, but some of them you're like, that's not how you would test that,
Didn't they have one with ninjas? They had a couple ninja ones. Those were fun.
Yeah.
The test was set up to entertain.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. I had fun watching those shows.
Oh, heck yeah. It's a good show.
That was a time with the bowling ball, right? Where it went into a neighborhood or something.
Oh, yeah. They shot a bowling ball. Yeah. Or no, they made a cannon. They did a couple episodes with cannons. I don't remember which one it was. I think it might have been the one where
a mortar, maybe?
Yeah. They did an episode where they made a cannon out of duct tape and they fired it. It might have been that one. I don't know. But yeah, they were in like a testing range and the cannonball bounced and actually bounced way farther than they thought it would and went and like went through somebody's house. Luckily, it didn't hurt anybody, but it could have. It definitely could have. It
was all over the news up here.
Went clean through a house. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Yeah, they're in they're like in Alameda County or something, like down by San Francisco.
Yeah,
something like that. I don't know. All right, but anyways, okay. The next one I have is this one I didn't really feel strongly one way or the other because I didn't really have any specific memories. But when Hannibal Lecter sees Jodie Foster, what does he say to her?
I've never seen this movie.
Silence of the Lambs?
Never seen it.
Okay.
It's so
Good
creepy.
Morning.
I've heard about it.
Uh-huh.
And I'm not into like horror movies. So I don't know. I'm just creeped out even
I love
thinking
horror
about
movies.
It's actually it's not that bad as far as movie. I mean, it had its moments, but it wasn't too bad. But a lot of people
he says oh, I'm sorry. I won't ruin it.
Oh no, a lot of people remember him saying, "Hello, Clarice," but he actually never says that in the movie, even though a lot of people remember it.
Yeah, it says good morning.
Yeah, or something. Yeah, good morning. But he never says hello, Clarice.
I'm just creeped out having this conversation about the movie.
Okay, now this next one is a lot of fun. Do you guys remember in the 90s, Sinbad, the comedian, was in a movie called Shazam about a genie?
Oh, yeah. I got that movie in my collection. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember that?
Never seen it. I grew up.
Okay.
I grew up not in the States, so I don't think I saw it.
Actually, that movie doesn't exist.
What?
Shazam with Sinbad, even though a lot of people remember it, doesn't actually exist. There's a similar movie called Kazam with Shaquille O'Neal, but people don't remember that one. They remember a movie that never actually made.
Yeah.
And I gotta admit, I haven't seen Kazam with Shaquille O'Neal, but it sounds amazing. And I think they need to make Shazam with Sinbad because that also sounds like it would be very good.
And then you could have like a double feature night.
Yeah,
that'd be sweet.
That would be
I have
sweet,
seen Kazam, and I will say that it's pretty damn awesome. No, it's like exactly what you would expect it to be. I think it's made like in the mid '90s, like '96 or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's exactly what you'd think it would be. I mean, yeah, it's a good kid flicks. But I mean, back in the mid '90s, they had the recipe down. I mean, they made a lot of decent kid movies back then. They made a lot better movies back then, just in general. But anyways, freaking I swear to God, when I was younger, I thought I remember like Shazam being a movie, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But it's another one of those things that it definitely didn't happen.
Definitely,
But I definitely
didn't
did see
happen.
Kazam. I do remember like seeing it when I was younger.
I haven't seen that one. All right, did we talk about Pikachu yet?
No, I think you and I talked about it pre-show.
Pre-show. Okay, yeah.
You ruined it.
Dang it. So
we haven't talked about Beam Me Up Scotty yet.
Oh yeah, that's on my list. Let's talk about Pikachu real quick though. So Pikachu, his tail. Do you remember what his tail looks like?
I could swear it had black on it.
It does
Yellow.
not.
I know, but when I think about like Pokemon cards or like the television show, it would match his little body and his little cheeks if it had some black on it.
I remember that show, and I swear his tail had black on it.
But it doesn't.
I even I played. There's a game, Super Smash Brothers Melee. Pikachu's in that game. I remember him having a black tail in that game. That's probably where I've seen him
Not
the
all
most.
black, but like black
like,
stripe or something.
Yeah, like the black tip. The tip of the tail has like a black on it.
Is there another Pokemon with a tail that's like similar? Like does Charizard have a tail or some shit like that?
But none of them are like an electric type Pokemon.
I don't know Pokemon very well.
Well, his tail looks sort of like a lightning
bolt. Yeah.
So as far as I'm aware, there's no other Pokemon with a tail like that. It's unique to that one, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. Ask me about Dragon Ball. I can tell you some stuff about Dragon Ball. But I don't know nothing about Pokemon.
Okay, so now tell us about the Star Trek one.
Oh, well, everybody like one of the famous quotes that people will just like randomly say, like Star Trek quotes, is beam me up, Scotty, right?
Yeah.
But that actually never happened. He did say, Scotty, beam me up, but that's the closest thing to beam me up, Scotty.
Yeah.
Which is basically just the opposite, you know, right? I mean,
yeah, but it sounds very different.
Like maybe people who remember that are possibly dyslexic.
Well, yeah, but people remember that who are not dyslexic. Like I remember it as beam me up, Scotty, but he never said that, which is weird because that's like one of the iconic lines of. I mean, it's even parodied like in Spaceballs and stuff, right? But even that actor even wrote a autobiography or whatever called "Beam Me Up," but nope, he never said that.
You guys see that claymation Star Trekkin' video / song Star Trekkin' across the universe?
You're gonna have to sing it for us.
Oh, do I really?
Yes.
It's like Star Trekkin' across the universe, boldly going nowhere because we can't find reverse. Have you guys heard this song?
Yeah, I've heard it.
That is some trippy. You haven't. You have to go.
I don't know.
On YouTube.
I don't think I have.
Because the music video is all done like claymation style, and it is trippy. It's just like a trippy video, not just the song, which is really funny, but the video too. It's definitely worth a watch.
Something about scraping off Klingons or something.
Scraping off Klingons, yep, on the starboard bow.
Yeah, okay.
I like the sound of this.
Nice. Yeah, tis a silly song.
Tis silly.
Okay, and I got another one here. All right, now there's that bear that prevents forest fires or asks people to. What's that bear's name?
Oh, good old Smokey the Bear.
Yeah.
Nope.
Only you can prevent
Bear.
forest fires.
Smokey Bear?
Yeah, just Smokey Bear. It was never Smokey the Bear. It was just Smokey Bear.
That doesn't sound right.
No, it doesn't sound right.
Smokey Bear says, rake your leaves, California.
No, he doesn't. Smokey the Bear says, but no, it's not Smokey the Bear. It's one of those weird ones. I know it's just one word. It's just but it sounds completely different with or without it.
Who names their bear Smokey Bear? That's silly.
Yeah, apparently, it was actually a real bear. The character was based on a real bear named Smokey Bear who escaped a fire or something.
Oh, history here. I never knew that.
Yeah, there's history behind some of these, but I didn't have time to take notes on the full. Besides, people don't want to hear 10 minutes about the history of Smokey the Bear.
I do.
Or Smokey Bear, excuse me. I did it again. Damn you, Mandela. All right. So, Field of Dreams. What is the most iconic line from Field of Dreams?
Is that the movie with the baseball field? If you build it, they will come.
That's it. Ding, ding, ding. But that's not what they said.
When you build it, they will come?
No. If you build it, he will come.
He will
really?
That's what's in the movie. If you build it, he will come, which doesn't make any sense,
Who's
right?
he?
I don't know. It sounds like he's talking
God.
about like Jesus or something, right? Like,
Second coming.
but like the whole team comes or whatever, right? They all come, but
All at the same time.
yeah,
I mean, sir.
yeah, it's really hard to coordinate that too. You guys have no idea, but no, but yeah, in the movie it says if you build it, he will come, not they will come. But everybody remembers it as they will come. Now that one, it's like it's a plural instead of a singular. And it's like, it makes more sense the wrong way but whatever. It's still a fun one.
I liked
right?
that movie when I was a kid.
Yeah, is
that the same movie where like Tom Hanks is like, there's no crying in baseball?
No, that was A League of Their Own. Remember
okay.
with Madonna and,
Yeah.
What if
that's right.
What if my
That's
shirt
right.
comes loose and my bosoms come flying out? And then they say, oh, there's not a man in America who hasn't seen your bosoms, like, ha ha ha. That's very funny.
Madonna was in a movie?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
I didn't know that.
She's actually pretty decent in
sure.
it too.
Huh.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
More than just good looks. All right. All right. So I got a candy-based one here.
Is it candy corn based?
No.
No.
Unfortunately not. So there's a candy that's has like two names, right? Mike.
Mm-hmm.
Mike's the first name.
Agent ETA, do you know this one?
Mike and Ike.
Mike
right?
and Ike.
Yeah. But is it Mike, the letter N, Ike, or Mike and Ike?
Fuck if I know.
I don't know. That's more of an I don't know.
Fuck if I
I'm
know.
not into the candy.
Oh, okay. Most people remember it as Mike in the letter N, Ike, but it's actually Mike and Ike.
You know, it's funny. I think the kids say Mike and Ike.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think they do.
Okay. Well, maybe that one was a dud. I don't know. But how about this one?
Wah, wah.
Okay. It comes in a styrofoam cup and
Okay.
it has noodles. What is that called?
Cup o noodle.
Nope. It is just cup noodles.
Cup
No.
Yep.
noodle? Oh, really? Is it?
It really just cup noodles.
That's what it says.
That's
Huh.
what it says. Yep. Google it. It is
Well,
not
fucking
cup
shit.
I'm
noodles.
like picturing the with the apostrophe and
Yeah, you could see it in your head.
it's like orange or red or something like.
You can see it in your head.
How about this? And the famous Disney cartoon Snow White.
Uh-huh.
What does the that evil what is her name? The evil
witch?
queen, whatever. The witch, whatever. Does she say mirror, mirror on the wall?
Mirror, mirror on the wall.
Who's
the fairest of
Right.
them all? Mm-hmm.
she actually says magic mirror on the wall.
Magic mirror.
Magic mirror on the wall.
Yeah, she does not say mirror, mirror on the wall.
Huh.
Yeah. I always thought it was mirror, mirror.
Well, who's seen Snow White anyways? That is an old movie.
I mean, that's how I remember it
Did you see Snow White?
when I was a kid. Everybody's
Yeah,
seen
when I was
Snow White.
young, yeah, a couple times.
Yeah.
As far as like the old Disney cartoons, it's one of the classics. That
Mhm.
Fantasia, stuff like that, right?
Oh, I was just thinking of Fantasia the other day because a song came on the classical radio station. And I was like, I recognize this from Fantasia. Maybe want to come home and watch it.
Okay. So you guys all remember one of the best Christmas movies ever made? Gremlins, right?
Vaguely.
Now, do you remember what the
hell
evil
yeah.
gremlin was named? Probably not.
No.
You don't remember the movie?
No.
It was Spike.
Nope. It
Or
was
Stripe.
It was Stripe. Most people remember as Spike,
Oh, yeah,
but it was actually Stripe.
Well, Agent ETA is all over it over there.
Yeah.
damn right.
Okay. I got another one
Gremlins
for you.
was
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Gremlins was great, dude. I freaking love Gremlins.
Yeah. It's-
Why is it a Christmas movie?
I don't know. It happened around the holidays. Wasn't the gremlin a Christmas present or something?
I
I'm
thought
pretty
he
sure it took place during Christmas.
did it. I thought he
Yeah.
went to like a store or something to get it.
Well, he went to like Chinatown or something.
Yeah, that's how I remember it.
Yeah, and he bought it from like I don't know, like this old guy.
Who's like, okay, you're good. Just don't do these things, which
Yeah.
you're gonna do, and hilarity in the movie will ensue.
Yeah. Don't feed it water. Wait, what? Wait, how do you keep it alive?
Yeah, what do you mean?
What if it rains? So I guess you have to keep it inside in a cage. Never let it. Well, anyways, yeah. The rules don't make any damn sense when you know. Like I remember I played that movie for Agent Redacted, and he says, "Wait a minute. If you can't feed it after midnight, then you can never feed it because it's always after midnight. When can you start feeding it again?" Like, just watch the movie.
At noon.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right. Now, here's a one that kind of threw me for a loop. Do you guys remember the Publishers Clearinghouse sweepstakes with Ed McMahon handing over like a big giant check to people?
Yeah, you get like a big fat check.
Well, Ed McMahon never actually worked for Publishers Clearinghouse.
Well,
Blasphemy.
who was it?
I don't know. It wasn't Ed McMahon.
No.
That was not. I guess he worked for a different one, but it wasn't Publishers Clearinghouse.
What did he do? Wait, was it like a similar thing? Was he handing out big giant checks?
Maybe. I don't know. I didn't look into it that far, but everybody remembers it as Publishers Clearinghouse, and it was not Publishers Clearinghouse. What about Mickey Mouse? He has the pants, right? But does he have...
yeah. Didn't he have like pants with like 2 buttons on it or something?
Yeah, does he have suspenders, though?
In the early days, like when it was Steamboat
Yeah,
Mickey
Steamboat
or whatever,
Mickey.
Steamboat Willie or whatever, didn't he?
Nope, he never had suspenders.
Why does he have buttons on his pants?
Well, hot dog.
I don't know, but he never had suspenders.
My brain's doing that twisty thing again. It doesn't like it.
Yeah, there's another fun one. I thought this one was fun because I remembered it the incorrect way. So the department store J.C. Penney.
Mm-hmm.
How do you spell penny?
With an E.
Oh, you remembered it correctly.
Isn't it pennies?
It's most people remember. Well, not most people who are Mandela'd remember it as Penny, but it's actually Penney.
I don't know why I know that. I just know it's with an E.
Well, because you're a nerd, that's why.
Oh.
Oh, you know what? That's because the ladies love the department stores, right?
Not JCPenney.
They go shopping all the time.
Not at JCPenney. They're all going out of business anyways.
But they always have great sales at JCPenney.
Because they're going out of business.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but what are you buying there, though?
Nothing. Not buying nothing there.
Yeah.
All right. So we could go. I mean, I have a list of like so many of these online that you can find. Like, for example,
it's endless.
Oh, do you have more AGNETA?
No, I mean, well, I do. Yeah, but like, I mean, I was just saying it's endless.
Yeah.
I mean, it never stops. It never ends.
Well, let's hear some of yours.
There's so many of these damn things. I mean, we've already talked about most of the ones that I don't know. There's supposed to be like a painting of Henry VIII that had him like standing up holding a turkey leg or something like that, but that never happened.
Yeah.
No, but I think I remember that painting.
Oh no.
With the drumstick.
Yeah. People remember it, but it's not a thing.
No, it has to be. I remember it. That's so weird.
I think what was it about? I remember the famed aviator Charles Lindbergh.
Mm-hmm.
Some people remember his child as having been abducted, kidnapped, and then never found. Like the culprit was never found or anything like that. When actually the body was found, unfortunately the kid was dead. But
that's actually a weird case that would be a good episode in and of itself.
I'm not doing no cases about poor little children.
Yeah.
About kidnap. That's a weird one, the Lindbergh baby one. But yeah, maybe not.
Was that more recent? I feel like
No, that happened a long time ago.
time ago. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. Like there's all kinds, man. All kinds.
Yeah, there's all kinds. Like there's.
I think we would have. Febreze. You know, like the spray Febreze.
Yeah.
Like some people remember it being like 2 E's in a row after Febreeze.
Isn't
it's
it?
actually only 1 E
Nope.
after there are.
Yep.
No.
Just F-R-E. Febreze. B-R-E-Z-E.
Some people remember C-3PO as being like completely like brass, pretty much, or gold,
He's all
whatever
gold.
kind of color, you know.
No, he's not.
Yeah, but mostly down his right leg, there was actually like a silver stripe that like went down like his like right leg.
No, it's his right leg below the knee is all silver.
The calf, right? That's what it was. Okay,
Yeah.
I remember that was
That's kind of weird. Why
that
would
a
they
little
have
bit
that in a
incorrectly.
movie? Why wouldn't he just be all gold?
Well, I think it's supposed to be like he's kind of getting older and he's been sort of cobbled together from other robots, like when he gets damaged and stuff. Maybe, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But his leg is silver, so it's next time you see a picture of him or something, pay attention. His leg's silver.
Freaking people remember Tom Cruise in Risky Business, that famous scene where he's partying in the house there with no pants and a button-up shirt on, right?
Mm-hmm.
People always put that outfit together because a lot of people do that, like on Halloween and stuff, like with sunglasses. But he actually wasn't wearing sunglasses. I mean, he was inside a house,
Yeah, they remember that as a white shirt and him wearing sunglasses, but he was actually in a pink shirt without sunglasses. But Agent Ether may not have seen that movie.
No, I'm under a rock over here.
Okay, I got one for Agent Ether.
Okay.
Okay. Little square cheesy crackers. What are they called?
Cheez-Its.
Nope.
I'm trying to think of what else they would be called. Cheez-It?
Yeah, Cheez-It.
Okay.
They're Cheez-It crackers, not Cheez-Its crackers.
Well, if you have more than one, they become Cheez-Its.
But most people remember it as Cheez-Its, ITZ, but it's actually just Cheez-It.
Like on the box.
Yeah.
But if you have more than one, it's Cheez-Its. That's what I'm arguing.
But ITS, not ITZ.
In your stomach, it becomes an S.
Oh, I like them S's in my stomach.
You like my S's in my microphone.
No, stop it. Get those damn things away from me. But yeah, there's so many of these things that I actually found a website that lists like, I don't know, something like 500 of them or something. Like there's one that has to do with the terrorists van in Back to the Future. What color was the A-Team van? And then there's
what color? Was it black and red?
Nope.
I think the A-Team van.
Nope, it was not black and red.
What was it?
It was
it white
black,
and red?
Black lower with a gray upper.
Really?
Yep.
Hot damn.
I know, right? I was kind of surprised by that one too. This just goes on and on and on. There's one about the Grinch here. There's, about Lincoln. There's about,
Well, what's one about Lincoln?
Well, is Lincoln clenching a fist in the memorial statue?
I thought he was just resting his hands.
Yeah, is he resting his hands?
Uh-huh.
Or is one of his hands in a clenched fist?
I think they're just resting.
Nope. His left hand is in a clenched fist.
Why? Is he angry?
He's getting ready to punch somebody? I don't know.
He's determined.
Yeah,
I don't know.
He's a man of action. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of these, but I don't know how many we need to go over because, at this point, maybe it starts to bog down a little bit, I guess.
Yeah, it's kind of like beating a dead horse.
Yeah. But there are some really fun ones.
Well, I purposefully didn't read them because I figured we'd be going over them, and I was like super excited.
You wanted to see? Oh, you wanted to see
what I remembered and misremembered.
Yeah, well, this is a fun. You can just pull this website up when you're hanging out with your friends, and it's really fun to go over these, because some of them you're like, yeah, whatever, but some of them you're like, no, no way.
I wonder if there's that might be a decent idea for like a board game.
The Mandela Effect?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's excellent.
That is a good idea.
You better go copyright that right now.
I'm going to edit that out.
I should have said that, huh? Yeah, edit that shit out, man.
Oh, edit that. We'll go patent that.
It's very American. This whole episode, though, has been very American.
Yeah. Oh,
very pop culture.
Here's a good one. Was Eisenhower on the 10-cent dime?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
Who's on the what?
I'm going to say no.
One of the ones that I found a little bit ridiculous that I saw is like supposedly some people remember Benjamin Franklin as being a president.
Oh yeah,
what?
No, that's true. No. That's true. Yeah.
I don't know all my presidents, but I'm pretty sure Ben isn't one of them.
He's obviously a founding father for this country, but not a president.
Yeah.
No.
But yeah, so I guess we will, I guess, stop with the examples there. But if
one more.
Oh, one more? You want to do one more? Okay.
Yeah. What surprised me was some people thought there were more than 50 states.
Oh, I saw that one. I saw that one.
Yeah. But I don't think that's the Mandela effect. I think that's people who are like, is this a trick question? Did I miss something? Everybody knows there's 50.
Well, but we have territories also though, like Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands.
Does that count as a state?
Right.
How many stars are on the flag? When did they change that?
I don't think so. No.
Some people will also answer questions incorrectly just to be funny or just to be goofy. Yeah. How many states are there? I don't know, 62. How many states there are. It's just people will just answer it incorrectly on purpose. So maybe it has to do with that too. I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah. But this website's really fun because they have apparently have taken polls and everything, and they'll say how many people say they're affected by this one, right? So here's one called reindeer names. I haven't looked at this one yet, but let's say it says 91.65 people are affected by this one. And it says, a visit from St. Nicholas is the actual name of the 1823 poem popularly known as The Night Before Christmas. And do you remember the reindeer names as Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner, and Blitzen? If so, you might be experiencing the Mandela effect, because Donner is in fact Donder with a D, and Blitzen is actually Blixen.
What?
Yeah. So
Blixen and shit?
yeah,
Wait,
Blixen
what about the song?
and Donder.
Wasn't there a song about Rudolph? I'm pretty sure they say Blixen.
Well-
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer
And Donner.
was a very awkward fuck.
Well,
Wouldn't always get along with the other reindeers.
according to this, it's Donder and Blixen.
I'm pretty sure in the song, though, they say Donner and Blixen.
I guess if they're singing it, if
Maybe
you're
they-
singing
yeah.
it, they might sound very, very similar.
I want to
Yeah.
look up the lyrics.
And Donder, and because if you're going to sing it, you're not going to sing
I
it
mean-
as Donder. You're going to sing it and Donder and Blixen. So I could see that one being just the way it's sung. It sounds differently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to argue that only because I've been listening to Christmas carols lately.
You're going to call bullshit on that one.
Yeah,
huh?
I am.
And I'd also rather not be reminded of the Donner Party, like
Oh,
in
yeah.
wintertime, snow and all that good stuff.
We've actually driven through the Donner Pass.
Oh, hot
But
dog.
not in winter
We did not
with
see.
no supplies.
We did not see any skeletons.
No. Nor did we have to eat each other. Shut up.
All right. Well, so anyways, I was going to do the website. I'll put the link to this. I found a lot of these at a lot of different websites, but this is by far the best website. It's alternatememories.com/Mandela dash effect dash list/amp. So
What? No, just put it on social media.
yeah, I'll just put the link in the description. It's a really cool website, and they got like just tons of we could go on and on and on for hours with these, but obviously we're not going to. But there's a ton of great ones on here, a lot of really fun ones. And even if you don't agree that it feels like a Mandela effect, it's still fun to even just call bullshit on it, right? Here's one for Ether. Okay, I have to do this one before we end the episode. This one is an absolute must. Okay. Is it Doctor or Doctor Who, as in DOCTOR or DR Who?
I thought it was just DR Who.
It's DR Who?
Doctor Who.
Nope, it's Doctor Who, DOCTOR Who.
Huh.
That show has been ruined.
Oh, I agree.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even want to talk about it. I'm so sad. I stopped watching.
But
there's so many bad shows right now. I don't even know where to start.
But women are equal, guys. The Doctor can be a woman too.
That is not the problem I have with the show. It's the bad writing.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's more of a symptom
Exactly.
of bad writing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I liked when they made the Master into Missy, and I thought that was clever. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
It was lots of fun. So this just kind of seemed redundant.
Yeah.
Like, you already did the gender bender thing, and it was well done. So why do you have to do it again and ruin it?
That's what they're doing with everything nowadays.
Well, yeah.
They're turning everybody into a woman, but, well, whatever. I don't care.
I'm going to lose our audience now.
Yeah, I know, right?
Edit.
Maybe I should edit that part
I
out.
should edit it out.
Yeah. Okay.
Otherwise, I'm going to start complaining about like the Wheel of Time and stuff too.
Oh, God, don't get me started on the Wheel of Time.
I read the synopsis for this week, and I was just like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?"
They completely wrecked that. I went along with it at first. I really tried to like it, but it just got dumber and dumber as it went on. And then they just left out so much stuff that was really important to the story.
It's not the same story. It's a different story.
It's a different story.
And I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like the new story. So.
No, it's not good. Yeah. All right. Well, that about wraps it up this week. If you enjoyed the show, you can really help us out by leaving a good review wherever you listen to podcasts and suggesting the show to your friends.
Keep it strange.